Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vachakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Vrindavam Pavano Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, 29th chapter, titled as Explanation of Devotional Service by Kapila Deva to Mata Devahuti. Now today we are going to learn one shloka where you can see on the screen the title of the subject matter is Universal Presence and the Path to the Inner Peace. So idea of this shloka is that how can we get peace of mind? What is the paradox of the unquiet mind? The paradox means it is exactly opposite. What is that? If one removes the divine, why does the mind so often remain in turmoil? Many people, they go to the temples, right? And they offer prayers. They perform various ceremonies. But yet, the fundamental peace of mind, it is shanti, they don't achieve. The mind is always running here and there. You have the experience. So here Srimad Bhagavatam explains this verse, this paradox, that even though you visit the inimical behavior. So Kapila Dev is saying to Mata Devahuti that na mana shanti mrachati. Why the mind is not peaceful? Because he has separatist mentality. What is that separatist mentality? That separatist mentality is that he offers respects to Krishna in the temple. He comes and prays there. But for others, he thinks that they are separate. They're not part and parcel of Krishna. You see that? So Srila Prabhupada explains about this phenomenon in this verse, in the first part. Yeah. So here Srila Prabhupada says that in this verse, two phrases. What are the two things? Bhuteshu Baddha Vairasya and Vishatha Parkaye. What is that? These are the two things. Two poisons of the mind, Srila Prabhupada says. They are significant. One is Dvishataha Parakaye, envious of the bodies of others. This points to a mindset of comparison and resentment focused on the external forms and circumstances of others. So one who compares himself with others, envious of others, that person will never get peace of mind. And second, Bhuteshu Baddha Vairasya, which means that Srila Prabhupada says is inimical towards other living entities. So this describes the state of deep-seated animosity or hostility where one views others as rivals or threats. You see, so as long as you are envious of others, or you compare yourself with others, or you consider others as a threat, then what will happen? So one of the days, like, why that person got it and I didn't get it? What will that lead to? Restless mind, huh? Restless mind, right? Well, he got it because he had his karma. You didn't get it because it's your karma. So why are you so worried? You get my point? Or no? The mind becomes restless when we compare ourselves with others. It's a dvishta parakaye. Dvi parakaye. Sorry, dvishataha parakaye. Which means that parakaye means others' body. Everybody has a different karma. Everybody has different outcomes. So what we should do? We should never compare ourselves with others. You get my point? When you start comparing, what will happen? The mind will be restless. And then second Srila Prabhupada says is Bhuteshu Dada Vairasya. Never become envious of others, enemy of others. Otherwise your peace of mind will be lost. You get my point? If somebody got it, let him get it. Don't worry about it. And Prabhupada further says is then Bhinna Darshina. Yes, Bhinna Darshina. The separatist, you read the translation here. The separatist who sees the world. So that is called separatist mentality. Mean that we, animal, human, insect. Yeah. This is a worldview of defined by separation.
It perceives each living being primarily as their external body, their species, race, status, or appearance. This focus on superficial inevitably leads to comparison, judgment, and conflict. As long as this vision persists, the mind cannot attain peace.
You understand this? That you, this is called separatist mentality. This is the another expansion of it. That you perceive everybody as body things. Everybody's soul, everybody is a soul, right? Rather than comparing with body. And rather than identifying them as a body, think them as part and parcel of Krishna, as Atma, then you will not have the separatist mentality. So what is the vision of a devotee? So Srila Prabhupada explains here that the devotee is a perfect vision. What is that?
And it the separatist mind
It's a perfect vision.
that deliberately ignores solid restrictions to pursue two universal divine realities within everything. Soul as a divine spark, see the presence of soul as a part and parcel in every living entity. The Lord as indwelling presence. See the Lord himself in his expansion as a super soul present within all.
So here is that devotee has a perfect vision. What does he see? He sees everybody as a spirit soul, which is the part and parcel of Supreme Soul. And the Paramatma is, as a Supreme Soul, is residing within each and every living entity. Yeah? So this should be our vision. So instead of comparing, we should identify common things among all. What is that? Krishna within all, right? And then Atma and Paramatma within all living entities. So if you have perfection of vision of a true devotee, then one will be peaceful, because then there is no point, because everywhere there is Krishna. And what you are looking for? You are looking for Krishna. You find Krishna everywhere, so your mind is peaceful, right? So that is the vision of a devotee. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Welcome. So this is the one which equalizes the brain, which makes our mind peaceful. What is that? A devotee must realize the universal presence of the Lord.
From this perspective viewpoint, no living entity is insignificant. The same divine presence that resides in the root stage also resides in an ant, plant, or dog. This realization is the true foundation of respect and ultimate antidote to envy. The body is merely a temporary vessel for its eternal sacred reality.
So Srila Prabhupada explains here that from the perfect vision, from the point of view of a devotee, no living entity is insignificant. Everybody is very, very important. How? Because everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. There is Krishna there. So even a small insignificant ant or a great sage or a dog or a plant does not matter. Everybody has very high respect. This is the foundation of respect and ultimate antidote to envy. So then when you see Krishna everywhere, then you won't compare because everybody is similar, right? And you won't have envious towards others. So then your body is just, what is the body then? So body is just a temporary vessel for the eternal soul. So this is the vision of a devotee. So now Srila Prabhupada raises one important point here in this purport. He raises about Jiva Hinsa, principle of Jiva Hinsa. He explains that
this is more than just refraining from killing. A deeper principle is to avoid disturbing any negative ritual only. Every soul is on a gradual journey according to its past karma, progressing through different body forms. True knowledge means not interfering with this sacred process.
so here Srila Prabhupada says that we should not be envious of others, which also means that we should not kill others. There are some people who kill animals. Jiva Hinsa. So Jiva Hinsa, it should be avoided. Why? Because you are interfering in the process of evolution of that particular living entity, right? So rather than that, you should not interfere with the process of living entity's evolution. Every soul is on a journey according to its past karma and progressing through the different bodily forms that soul ultimately evolves. So non-violence means not interfering with this process of evolution. So Shilpa then ask the question, somebody may ask you, since vegetables are also having life, isn't eating them is form of violence? Shilpa explains that. What is the principle? Taking leaves, twigs, or fruit from plant, does it kill the plant? It does not kill the plant. It is sustainable interaction that allows the plant to continue living. We are not cutting the plant. We are just taking the fruit like an apple from the plants. We are not killing the plants actually. This is fundamentally different from actions that end the life, like non-wild, non-vegetarian, they kill the animals. So they take away the life. So it is not vegetables. So the vision means that we see everybody Krishna and it's so by experience the devotee are expected to get the message of the desire of Lord, desire of Lord, to sit and so enlighten them. So what is the devotee's role? He invites the everybody about Krishna consciousness. To achieve others to achieve Krishna consciousness. Learn to trust in just to help them fulfill Krishna. By what happened one day is that the same dog, uh, later he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jaipuri, and at that time the dog was liberated from the material condition because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu liberated him. So the same dog came with Shivananda Sen, and then it got the chance to associate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu liberated the dog. So ultimate outcome is that Prashadam. Through the Prashadam, the dog chance to mind. So here, the end is a devotee must realize this universal presence of Lord. That is what Srila Prabhupada concludes this purport. The last line of this purport is a devotee must realize that realize this universal presence of Lord. Then only you can get peace. Otherwise, there is no chance for peace. So unless and until we start understanding this, that Krishna is everywhere, we cannot get peace.